Hey guys, welcome back to another garden vlog. Today I have quite a bit of an update on the balcony garden. If you have not seen me starting this whole balcony garden journey, then I'll leave the video down below. But in this video, I just want to give an update on what's going on the balcony garden. I recently planted seeds for quite a bit of vegetables, and I just came back from an 11-day trip, so I was gone for quite a while, and I was very concerned about whether my plants were going to die or not. So what I did is I installed a solar self-watering system. I had not tested out this system before the trip. All I did was rely on Amazon reviews. Did not have time to test it out because we had to leave for the trip. Even if the watering system did work, I was very nervous about running out of water, not having enough water, because 11 days is a long time to be away from your garden. I'm back from the trip and here to report some good news and some bad news. The good news is that most of everything survived, and I even had a harvest of my lettuce, and I made a delicious salad. So if you have not seen the video of me making the salad, I'll leave it down below. Go ahead and watch it. But I made delicious salad with it. The lettuce came out so good. I was so happy to come back and see that the lettuce was ready to eat. But unfortunately, my zucchini plant, which is right here, looks like it's not doing so well. But mostly everything else survived. My cucumber plant, and it still looks amazing. When I came back from the trip, there was some plants that actually thrived while I was away and grew and is doing so well. And then, like I said, my lettuce was ready to harvest when we came back. I had 2 pots of wildflowers. They both died, unfortunately. What did survive is my chamomile, which is still growing, and it smells so good. It smells like rich chamomile. I just cannot wait until this is finished, but it just smells so good already. But it seems like it's still doing well. I did not really have a solution to water these while I was away. This is my cilantro, and as you can see, cilantro is still doing good. I did not have any way to water this while I was gone, so I ended up putting it on this table, and I just put a bunch of water on the table, and then I put my containers on top of it. There's holes at the bottom, so I figured that the plants will drink up the water when they're thirsty while I was gone by putting it on this table. It seemed to work for the cilantro and the chamomile, but unfortunately it did not work for the wildflowers. I do understand that every plant is different as far as the needs for the watering, how much water it needs. So this was basically a huge experiment. Another thing that I wanted to update is that we have pet pigeon bird in the garden. Before I even made this balcony into a garden, the pigeon was looking for a place to lay eggs, so it would constantly come on the balcony even though I had nothing there. So it was always scoping out our balcony, but by the time I set all of the containers up, it found its resting place in my garden. I was growing spinach in there, and the pigeon came and decided to make that its nest and make that its home. So it ruined my spinach, which that's fine, but it just made itself at home there. It laid 2 eggs, and before we left on the trip, the eggs were just laying there. They weren't hatched, but by the time that we came back, I noticed that the eggs hatched, and so we now have 2 baby pigeon birds and the mama bird all right there. Actually, I don't know if you can see, the bird is right there. okay, with its two baby pigeons. So that has been very interesting. It has been very scary for me, but actually the bird has been okay, and the bird does not move. It does not move when I go over there. It doesn't want to move. That's been interesting to see that whole thing. I've been watching the bird feeding the baby pigeons, and it is just the cutest thing that I've ever seen. So I'll insert some videos here so you can see it. But that's what's going on the balcony garden. Let me show you my water container. So this is the water container that we got. We had this filled all the way to the top before we went on the trip. And when we came back, it was about, where it is right now, it was about right there. So it drank up this much water in 11 days, which is actually pretty good. That's actually not bad at all. Very happy with this solar system. But that's our solar system right there. And it is connected here to the balcony. And it's currently feeding a lot of these plants. But my cucumber plant, and it is doing, look how beautiful that looks. It is doing fabulous. So I came back from my trip and it is just looking amazing. As well as I'm very proud of my cabbage plant. It is looking really good after the trip. That's the update that I have. Stay tuned.